Now, as you've heard, arrangements are different for a lot of people. A lot of people staying home looking after the kids. A lot of people needing help to look after their kids. 10,000 new carers are needed to provide additional support and backup for those who need it the most. Now, Kathrine Peereboom is an autism advocate, and she has an idea for the Prime Minister. And it involves the airline staff from Qantas and Virgin who recently lost their jobs. To tell us more, she joins us now. Good afternoon, Kathrine.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
That's all right. So you yourself have autistic children?
I do. I have 3 beautiful boys. They are severely autistic with intellectual impairments and a range of different comorbid medical conditions.
Well, given that, thank you for taking the time out of your day to speak to us. But I gather you've come up with quite a good idea, because people such as yourself are going to need some extra help. So how would this idea work using airline staff?
I've travelled on a lot of planes over the past few years, and Australian aircrew are probably the most professional, caring and supportive people that I've come across. And whilst we've got a carers shortage, I mean, there was always a carer shortage to start off with, but right now we've got carers who are ill, we've got people who are self-isolating, and we've got carers who are just fearful of now going out and working. So it seems like a natural fit and a natural transition to help some of these people who have lost their income and transition them into a role that they're already very much doing every single day. We want to, I've actually reached out to the Prime Minister to have a meeting with me to urgently fund, recruit and help transition these airline staff across. So I think I think we absolutely need a plan here in place, and I think this would be a perfect fit for these most vulnerable citizens who are not being currently cared for.
What extra skills do you think the flight attendants would need? Because you're right, they do have that nature where they're used to looking after people, all sorts of people. But what extra skills would they have to look after children in need?
Look, there are so many different things that can contribute to a family and help just the day-to-day, doing some meal prep, going out and getting some groceries, doing some cooking, playing some music and entertainment, doing some household chores. And let's not forget, in self-isolation, just being able to have somebody to communicate with and having that human contact. So there's lots of different things that we can do. And, I mean, that's just a few daily activity plans. And so there's so many different things that can make such a huge difference to a family right now.
What sort of response have you had from the government so far?
Look, I think the government has got their hands full at the moment, and, there are so many vulnerable communities at the moment all reaching out. So if the Prime Minister and federal ministers are listening to this right now, please reach out to me, Kathrine Peereboom, spectrumsupport.org. I will take your call tomorrow and we can Skype straight away to get this incredibly important agenda onto their meeting schedule.
And Kathrine, are you talking about people volunteering their time, or would they be paid to look after the children?
These would be paid roles, paid positions.
So paid for by the government?
Well, paid for via NDIS funding. A lot of people have these support budgets already incorporated in their plans. So there's absolutely funding there available right now, but no carers to take that respite and take that responsibility.
And those extra hands are needed. And the Spectrum Support that you founded, tell us a little bit about that. What do you do?
Spectrum Support has 4 core values, which is safety, education, health and inclusion. Recently, we have just launched Australasia's first autism and law enforcement training, which was awarded a Commission of Fuller's Award last year, which was very humbling. So we've had a focus at the moment on front responders or first responders understanding the idiosyncratic behaviours of somebody on the spectrum, and also creating a non-verbal communication piece, which is our symbol, to help in these emergency situations. As of this morning, we've had a surge in registrations again to receive our free lapel pins or wristbands, just because the miscommunication out in the general public is so great, with social distancing and not being able to understand that. So Spectrum Support has got a very big role in the community. We're new. We've got a lot of work to do, but again, there is just so many vital programs like shifting the airline crew across into carers' positions that we can make a difference here and now.
Oh, look, I think it's a wonderful idea, Kathrine. Please keep in touch and let us know how you go. And I would think, with that news we had this morning, Virgin suspending Tiger Air flights immediately. It's cutting its capacity by 90%, grounding aircraft and standing down 80% of its workforce. And you're right, those are people who are used to caring for all sorts of people. Same thing with Qantas. We've seen job cuts there. If any of those people were willing to be redeployed, it certainly does seem like that would be a reasonably easy transition for them. Spectrum Support is the organisation that Kathrine Peereboom runs. She's an autism advocate.